go. It's the Combine Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Comeback Podcast. We're not late tonight. Obviously, it's just been delayed because of the extra time. So anybody in the comments that wants says we're late this time, we're not. Obviously, the usual gang here. It's Tim, it's Matt, it's Mick, it's Kabak, and it's Phillips at the back as well for us. We appreciate it. Before we really get into this, we just want to wish Rui Patricio all the best because that was a fucking sick, disgusting collision. And yeah, that's just horrible for any athlete to go through that, mate. So all the best to Patricio for that. Sort of took the shine off a decent win for Liverpool, I thought. But, you know, at the end of the day, a player's health is more important than any football game. So let's just get into it. Mick, how you feeling after that?
Very happy. Obviously, like you said, the incident at the end takes a bit of the shine off it, but that was like scoring from the way we did and just defending resolutely and keeping them out. And obviously they had some great chances, they really did. But we showed the same form that we had in the Leipzig game, albeit we weren't as good. But attacking wise, like counter attacking, we could have scored quite a few more, and it was nice to see. And some players who were just classed. Like I thought Trent was really good. I thought Phillips again, just an absolute fucking beast. And there was quite a few good performances tonight. So yeah, it was a good little builder onto the next game. And obviously we needed to win tonight because we've got a massive break now. If we would have lost tonight, it would have killed us off for top 4 wise, in my opinion. And it also would have killed us in terms of waiting that much longer for the next game. So it's nice to have that little cushion now, so we can go away, come back fresh, and then we go again after the international break.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good point, Tim. Cole's just put in the comments there. Scruffy 1-0s, always good, fellas. It's gritty. It absolutely is, isn't it? And I think that's what we've sort of needed, haven't we? In that type of result, haven't we, Tim? You know, because I mean, at the end of the day, we would have loved to have won 4-0. You'd love to win 5-0. You'd love to win 6-0, but getting a gritty 1-0 like that, it feels good doing that because it shows that you've got the goal you needed, but also you've played the full 90 minutes or 100 minutes there, but you've stuck it out. You know what I mean? You've really grinded for that result, and that's what we needed to see.
Yeah, it appeared to be the kind of like the character that we've been missing for a while now. You know, that's the kind of result that was. You know, it wasn't an easy 1-0 where it could have been 5 or 6, and it was all one way. You know, we still had to play good defensive football against a Wolves team that were really, really up for it. They played some good football at times. It seems like if we're able to do that more often, that we'll start to actually really make a push for that top 4 position. But at the same time, we need to continue to build on this kind of character building moment, because if we revert back to now just kind of being scruffy and not being able to grind out a victory as we saw last year a lot, you know, we weren't exactly blowing teams out of the water 4 and 5-0 every game. There was a lot of 1-0s, 2-1s, 2-0s where, you know, we were coming back and a couple of last minute winners and all that kind of stuff. So it is good for me to, in my opinion at least, to see these guys be able to pull out a 1-0 where, you know, it wasn't all one way football, and you know, especially keeping that clean sheet was a big deal, and that back line and Ali as well. Actually, I thought he had a couple of shaky moments, but was for the vast majority of the game superb again.
All right, Tim, let fucking Matt have a go. Yeah,
sorry.
Hell, tell you what. No, it's really good points, mate. No, you make some really, really good points. Right, Mr. Kabak, I want you to answer Tom Baker's thing for us. Still nervous decisions on another night could have lost, but hopefully start to build from here. Yeah, I think Tom's got a really good point, and obviously Tim alluded to it then, didn't he, Matt? That there was sort of some shaky moments from Liverpool. Obviously, there was the early thing with Alisson and stuff like that, and there was that sort of, you could feel the nervousness in that first half, couldn't you?
Yeah, there was some really sloppy passes as well going on in the midfield. I remember a few moments where Thiago was trying to play back, or Gini was trying to take a heavy touch to start a dribble, and we just kept giving it away. So it wasn't the typical Liverpool performance, but it's nice to see us able to win a match without playing well. Another day we probably would have lost, but hey, we didn't play well. We got the result. Like Tim said, we grinded it out, and that's important, especially with this big break coming up. We can regroup again, I don't think that we're letting the players go on international duty, or I don't think all of them are.
No.
So that would be good. But yeah, with the win, and I think for the first time this season, we've actually capitalised on the teams around us dropping points, which is good.
Yeah, no, that's a really, really good point, mate, and I'm glad you just picked up on that because we said it there on the team news show that it was so important that we do that. Mick, Brian Connolly's joined us. I hope Brian's got that big Peroni pint filled up again, mate. Brian said we get 2 wins on the trot with a clean sheet at the same time we put Fabinho back in midfield and play 2 natural centre halves. That is not a coincidence. Now, and Brian's not stupid. He's fucking spot on, isn't he, Mick?
He is. And I mean, Klopp talked about before the game saying if he would have put Fabinho back there if he could have earlier. I mean, he could have, but it would have been more of a gamble than now, where he's kind of got Kabak and Phillips, or the bottom 2 of your screen, those 2. He's got those to a position where I thought Kabak was boss tonight. I honestly did. There was moments where his passing wasn't great, but there was a chance where they looked like they were through and he came out of nowhere and just nicked it off the feet, off the toe. And it's little things like that where Phillips, again, just fucking everywhere. But it's having those 2 in good form, trying to strike a partnership up, and having Fabinho back in there, just hoovering everything up, and then Thiago getting his fucking obligatory yellow card. Like we all knew it was going to happen, and then he got tough.
I'm going to start putting that on Sky Bet. I'm just going to start fucking chucking a couple of quid on it. It's a guarantee, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Martin Tyler's going, do you reckon that's why Thiago's got took off? Because he's on a yellow card? Fucking hell, Martin. You're doing the fucking wrong job, mate. You haven't got a fucking clue.
I don't want to fucking go. Do you know what, right? To be fair, I've got to say thanks to Martin Tyler, because before this game, I didn't do very well at history. And I don't really know anything about Liverpool and their history and stuff like that. So I've learned quite a lot tonight. I've learned about Julius Caesar. I've learned that Conor Cody used to play for Liverpool. I never knew that. I learned that John Ruddy played against Luis Suarez and something happened. And I learned that Wolves, beat us in the cup. I've learned loads tonight. It's been brilliant.
Keanu Hoover used to play for Liverpool.
Fucking hell, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Conor Cody as well. Conor Cody used to as well,
Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. And apparently we had loads of injuries as well, and we can't win it all. Honestly, he is the best commentator going. Right, listen up for that shit. Tim, let's come back to you. Our good friend Moving Unit Gamer Born has said that he thought the centre backs were great. Mane a bit inconsistent over the game, but when he was on it, it did look dangerous. Let's take the Mane situation there. I thought Mane was probably our most dangerous player tonight. He did seem like he really, really wanted it. I think he fluffed the chance, Tim. I don't know about you. I think obviously when he's 3-1, 1-on-1, I think the Mane of last year chips Patricio there with a big grin on his face and walks away smiling. There's obviously there was a bit of a debate going, should he have gone down and all that sort of stuff. I respect him for not going down, to be honest. I think if you're going to go down, make the keeper go down. It sounds really disgusting, that, doesn't it? It's something like Mick likes to do quite often when it was just me and him on the podcast last year. Yeah, look at him. He's gone red. He knows what I'm talking about.
What are you going to say something else then? I was like, where are you going with this, Jay?
You know where I'm going
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, there you go. See. So, Tim, let's just look on the Mane stuff. First of all, look dangerous.
Yeah, I'd agree. Actually, he was probably our most threatening player when you kind of got the feeling that he's getting back to that form where every time he picks the ball up on that left wing, he's going to go past someone. And then create something or have a shot on goal, and he just needs to get his shooting boots on. I don't know what he's playing at. I don't know why he tried to go around the keeper. I think that's honestly when he was through on goal, I was fully expecting him to chip the keeper with his left foot, because that's what we've seen from Mane consistently forever now. So when he tried to go around the keeper, I was surprised, to say the least. But yeah, no, he's but and the thing that winds me up now, right, is that he's gotten to this habit. I don't know if the media's got into his head, because they went through a phase where all they did was call him a diver and talk about how easily he's gone down. And there's now 3 or 4 times where I've just thought to myself, I know it's respectful and I respect him for it and stuff, but just go down. I'd just go down. That's not how the game's played these days. As much as in the mid-2000s it was completely unacceptable and all this kind of stuff, that's what the game's like today. And why play to a disadvantage at this point? Because at the end of the day, if he goes down there, the keeper's got his hand on his foot. it's a penalty. The same with the Newcastle one. If he goes down, it's a penalty. And at the end of the day, you're just taken away from Liverpool. Because as much as people can call you a diver and stuff, we get a penalty. That game's 2-0 and it's more comfortable. And listen, if that's a Man United player, they go down, it's a penalty, and we sit there and go, oh fucking hell, Man United, another penalty. But at the end of the day, that's the way the game's trending. So he needs as much as look. Obviously, still, I prefer the game to be played like that, but unfortunately, it's not. So play the game how it is being played, rather than how everyone else would like to see it being played. So yeah.
All right, next time we see your bird, mate, we'll tell her that she needs to go down. Tomo's back on Facebook, mate. Hopefully the last 2 wins will be great as the international break. The players haven't got that burden of where we will get that next win from. Positive thoughts. Now only 5 points from 4th. Now, yeah, mate, it's that sort of changed it a little bit now, hasn't it? It's changed our outlook. Like I said, we can, I mean, I wouldn't say you can enjoy the league table given how we've experienced it the last couple of years, but going into the international break now, we can sort of look at like the last part of the season now and be like, it's possible.
Yeah, and it's when you look at, we've got Arsenal away, and then we've got Villa at home, Leeds away. So we've got some tricky games, but there's a big gap now, and there's only the fact that we're only 5 points off 4th for me is amazing. The fact that we lost 6 in a row at home, we should be nowhere near any of these teams. We should be far gone. But the fact that we're still in there and we can quietly rumble along like tonight, we picked up a win, played quite well. We can just take that on. We just need to keep our feet on the ground as long as we get no more injuries.
Yeah,
it's Hotter and Naby Keita and just options off the bench. And you know what? I thought Ox was good when he came off as well tonight. That was the first time I thought, fucking hell, he looks really, really sharp, because other times it's second touch has been a tackle when he's come off the bench recently, and tonight I thought he's done quite well. So just having options like that off the bench where you know that in training they're doing the same thing, pushing them to be the best they can be. Otherwise they're worrying about they're not going to get the place in the team. So just need to keep that, and hopefully everyone comes back from international break free of injury, and we can quietly go about our work after that and just fucking
jinxed it now. Fucking jinxed it. There's no need for that.
It's going to happen anyway.
No fucking need to say that. Fucking hell. Just going to go into the comments. Martin Barton, Kabak and Phillips did well. Hopefully they stay fit and build a relationship. Listen, these two have been doing well for us for a long time, Martin, so it's no fucking surprise that these two are doing very well at centre half. Cole said as the tone about Agries, I fucking love that. Yuki's watching as well, all the way from Orange County in California. Good evening, mate. Good morning to you as well, of course. Hopefully, you're getting up early for that one, mate, and it was worth it this time. Compartis as well as sucking up to Mick in the comments. He's also said that centre backs are looking good. Absolutely, I think it's really important that's happening. I know you're laughing, Cole. I'm always fucking laughing, mate. Absolutely. This is a good stat actually that came up in the game. 70 shots and only 2 goals. It was fucking shocking when I saw that in the corner, which Martin Tyler very politely put out for us as well. And Easel Hack as well. We need a centre back partnership until the end of the season, and hopefully we can get top 5, top 4, even better. Well, yeah, absolutely. Ben's back in as well, saying Martin Tyler's way past it. Absolutely. Cole said that, Mick, that you really like Martin Tyler. That look says it all. Steve Williamson's back on YouTube, mate. Nice to see you tonight, mate. Nothing wrong with winning ugly boys. Fucking too right, mate. Work to be done still, and shooting boots need to be found, but we'll take that. Get McCoyston, Tyler, take his retirement. Absolutely. Give me Ali McCoyston, Clive Tilsley all fucking day. Yeah. Chris Kelly obviously touched on from what you said before, Mick, about all the yellows Thiago's picked up tonight was acceptable. He was bombing around and breaking up play. Yeah, okay, we might as well touch on it now. Let's just get Thiago Cam up and running for Mick. While we're talking about Mick, take it away for Thiago Cam.
I was just going to say, we mentioned.
What was you looking at when you looked down? Then I said Thiago Cam, and then you looked down.
just making sure I've got my kecks on still. No, I'm surprised you mentioned Martin Tyler, not Martin Tyler. Fucking Clive Tilsley, and didn't do a little plug. If Tim's got his plug there ready.
Oh, I got a plug. Yeah, I got one. Go on then.
Mick, oh, there we go. Do you mean our fabulous interview with Clive Tilsley that is live on our YouTube channel right now? That was done last year. Absolutely. If you want an emotional interview with Clive Tilsley with me and Mick, it is absolutely incredible. One of the best we've ever done. And there's my cheap plug for the night. Thank you very much, Tim. Carry on, Michael, with Thiago.
You're welcome.
Plug that bastard.
Thought he was boss again. Honestly, thought he was boss again. Probably should have got booked earlier, to be honest. He got lucky with a I think he got booked on his third foul, but the second one, that took the piss. He should have got a yellow, but he didn't because he's a beautiful bastard and he passes the ball better than anyone else in the world. So, yeah, he was good. And then he came off and he was like, why are you bringing me off? But that's what he basically was thinking. And it was like, well, mate, you're fucking 3 seconds away from getting sent off. So, but yeah, he was good again tonight. It's him having Fabinho on the team. It, like people saying, it unlocks Thiago, and that's literally what it does, because it allows him to go forward, get close to the fucking strikers and cause mayhem. And he does the dirty work as well. He's still getting in there, like little clips around the corner and getting his foot into challenges and breaking up play, even trying not to give away too many fouls. And I think he's getting better at that. But yeah, as Steve Wello says, Thiago Alcantara. There you go.
Wow. Wow. I'm love that.
I haven't even got my Thiago shirt on. Fucking hell.
I know, yeah, Copass is going to be fuming. Crawl from up your bum again. I'm only joking, mate. I want my James Milner t-shirt. Yeah. Ben Priest come up with a really good one. And fun fact, Motson and Tyler are the same age, and Motson retired in 2008. Exactly. Go out when you're on top, when you're still in demand. You know what I mean? Tyler years ago was great, but yeah, I don't know why we're getting so obsessed with me. Just it's so annoying. It's just really annoying. Every time you just want to just fucking mute that bastard. We could always watch along, but you know, we don't really want to do that either, do we? So Matthew, I'm going to come to you for your man of the match. Who do you think it was?
I think Trent played really well. I think it was either Trent or me. I think it's I think Phillips did really well as well, but I'm going to go with Trent because a lot's made about him not being very good defensively, but I think he marshaled Pedro Neto really well tonight, and he was really good going forward also. So I'll go Trent. Yeah.
Tim, I just want to look at the Kabak situation as well. I know Mick put in the group earlier about what do we think of Kabak and his performance. I know we've touched on the centre-back partnership, but I think like individual performances tonight, you know, obviously we know that they work well together, but I think Kabak is really coming into his own now, isn't he, really? You know, hopefully I'm not fucking jinxing that, but I think he carries on like this, then he's really got a good shout of us taking that option to buy him if we want to.
Yeah, I think he's certainly looking more and more comfortable the more he gets time on the pitch. It's very obvious to see that and especially now that he's been able to build a little bit of a relationship with Phillips, they're starting to look more and more comfortable. They're looking less and less shaky. I know their passing wasn't great today, but I think Wolves aren't a particularly high pressing team, and I think they found themselves with more time on the ball than they were expecting. So yeah, no, I think he's been brilliant. I think he's just looked better and better, and he seems to be adapting to Premier League play. He's been the 2 games he's had the game he had in the Champions League. He looked comfortable from the outset. I think that I know he was playing a German side that he played before, and that was probably good for his confidence. But his Premier League, his ability, he's been showing more and more of it as the games have gone by. So yeah, he's certainly looking promising. It's a good sign when it's hard to remember that he's 20. That's certainly a good thing. He's not made any naive mistakes as of yet in the past weeks, or anything that he's doing consistently wrong. He seems to be cancelling out more and more negatives in his game week in, week out. He's clearly got that recovery pace. He really impressed me getting back, and poking that ball away in the last minute, because I thought, oh fuck, here we go again. But yeah, he's really, really impressed me actually, and I'd say that he'd probably be a bargain for 18 million at his age. And if he continues to progress like this, and hey, listen, he's going to be training with his idol in no time, hopefully, and obviously that's certainly a good guy to be looking up to and taking tips from. So I think that he's certainly one to watch, and hopefully that we can do some business in summer that allows us to keep him on.
Sound. Who's your man of the match, Tim?
I'm actually going to go with Andy Robertson.
Oh.
I think he did fairly decently on Traore, and for me, he's the biggest handful Wolves has to offer, and I thought he did a job on him tonight. So good on him. Traore has always caused us problems with his pace, and there's a couple of times where Andy Robertson read the run, got in front of him, and ended up having Traore foul him. So yeah, I think he was superb tonight and gave us something going forward too. So
very well justified, mate. I like that, because a lot of people have obviously not thought about that today, given the performances of Phillips and Kabak. So it's a good shout. Mick, I really liked the way Phillips played again today. I know there was the whole thing on the team news about is there too much hype around him and stuff like that. But again, another solid performance, and Chris Kelly He thinks he was man of the match. Ben Priest thinks he was man of the match as well. For me, I just like there was like one massive clearance where he was like nearly on the deck when he cleared like a volley. It was like the last 2 minutes of the game and he just fucking cleared it away. And I just thought that is just exactly what we want from a centre back. And we've got to forget he's 24 years of age, so he's getting to quite a seasoned age now, isn't he? But again, he did himself all the favours in the world tonight, didn't he, Mick?
Yeah, I mean, it's Carragher-like the type of clearances he does, and he there was one where it got clipped over his head, and you could see he had a little glance behind him, and he got the fucking little touch off his head on his head onto it, and it diverted it away. But it's the little things like that where he has got that awareness because he's old enough. He's played in good leagues. He's come back, and he didn't ever expect he'd play in fucking our first team probably, but he's got his chance and he's grasped it, and I think. We've said this a couple of times. He's getting better with every game, but he literally is. Like, he was better again last night than he was the previous game. So it's, I mean, I don't know if we're putting him on a pedestal or whatever, but he is literally our saviour at the minute because he's just there. He's solid. His passing on the ball's underrated. He puts his head in anywhere, and I mean literally anywhere. There could be an oncoming train with the footy on fucking attached to the front, and he put his head in just to get it away. He's just absolutely terrific. And to be honest, it'd be him for man of the match. I thought Kabak was good, but I think it'd be Phillips or Trent for me. I think Robbo was good against Adama Traore, and that's no mean feat because Adama Traore is fucking unbelievable. But I think his passing, especially first half, was quite lax. So I think either Trent or Phillips for me, they were really good tonight. And I think up against Neto, who's really Wolves' key player, isn't he? I thought Trent done really well against him. Really well. Obviously, he got turned a couple of times by his pace, but he was always there, running back full pelt like he didn't used to do. He used to kind of labour back, didn't he? Because he knew he had Van Dijk and Gomez there to sweep up for him. But now he runs back full speed, and you can see that. And it's nice to watch that, having a solid right back who's good defensively and who also got a wand of a right foot. So I think Trent might shade it for me just purely for that because of how good he handled Neto tonight.
Fair enough, mate. Okay, we got there. I like that. So just as I was just saying, could you be any more sitting on the fence with the fucking spikes up your ass? But I love it though, mate. It's hard. I love it. The thing is, it's been nice difficult problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the point I was trying to make. I wasn't being a prick. Yeah. So Chris Kelly, Matt, has come up with a really good one, which we didn't touch on. We should have touched on it closer, but it's a good shout. Thoughts on Alisson punching, not catching, and a possible pen. It was a pen for Chris. So first of all, I do agree on the whole. He could have caught that ball, but he punched it instead. Maybe confidence is low there, Chris, which I agree with you there. But Matt, let's come to you. We'll just go around the room quickly. Matt, was it a penalty for you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'd be shouting for that if that happened to Salah.
Yeah, I suppose I probably would as well in one way, but then in another way I can see it not being a pen because it's the momentum that's took Alisson into him. But then was there a slight arm in Alisson trying to stop him from getting past and all that? And for me, a penalty is it a goal scoring opportunity? And it's just there's so many interpretations of the rules. I'm with you, Matt. I'd be fucking screaming for it if it was, but then from my side, I'm like, nah, fuck off. Tim, go on. Was it a pen for you?
Put it this way, after the Trent one against Everton, pretty much everything is a pen at this point. So, I mean that was probably more of a pen than the Trent one. So I have to go with yes because based off of the history of what's been given this season, you'd have to say that if VAR did review that or the ref had initially given a penalty, they probably wouldn't have overturned it. So
yeah, fair enough, mate. Good shout, Mick. For you.
I'm just trying to think if it was two neutral teams and I saw that, I'd be thinking that's a bit soft for a pen. That's the honest opinion for me. But then, like Tim said, there's the standard of penalties is just fucking nosedive. So probably was, but in terms of any other season where a penalty should be actually like a foul in the box, then I don't think it was. But
we're fucking due one, aren't we? Go on, Matt. Sorry.
There's a lot more contact there than when Robbo kicked Danny Welbeck, wasn't there?
Oh God, yeah, fucking hell, yeah.
Especially when he took 2 steps before he fell over as well. That was just
Mark, well remembered, mate. I forgot about that. But yeah, we're fucking due one, aren't we, boys? So even if it was a penalty, thank Christ that the fact that it wasn't ours anyway. They didn't. I don't know what he said there. They didn't get it, so There we go. Goal score win. Absolutely, yeah, it's true. Rafa's pals come in with one, which I don't even want to touch this one, and I don't even want to think about it. If you had to sell one of the front three to page, Mbappe or Haaland, who would you sell? Now, I refuse to answer that question because it scares the shit out of me. Does anybody else want to take that question, or would you want to take it in the summer instead?
Divock Origi.
It's like what you've done there, Andy. Yeah, it's something I just don't even want to think about in the minute. Fucking hell. I don't know. Mick, have you got any thoughts on that? Because I just don't answer it.
None, to be honest.
Tim?
Divock Origi.
Mate, we'll probably look at that a bit more. Cop Artist could put two things in. Cop Artist said earlier that Rui Patricio is talking. And he's stable as well, which is fantastic news. And he's also put that according to Klopp, that was a dirty 3 points. Absolutely, we love a bit of dirt. Absolutely. Tomo's back in. Phillips has nothing to lose. He plays all in, deserves his place in next season's squad. Yeah, I would agree with that. Still got 2 years left on his contract, which is obviously a lot of people are overlooking at the minute. So, it'd be good to tie him up, I think, as that extra, like Matt said. Tomo, Alisson panicked and the defence gave him space to catch it. It was a pen. He should have caught that. As he did call, as Phillips left it for him, and to be fair, I did see that call, and it must have been a shout from Ali. So I trust Tomo. Tomo's an ex-keeper, so I'm gonna believe what he says. So Ben's just fucking throwing in the curveball. I think he's at.
No.
You can't be saying that around Matt, Ben, because even when Firmino's out injured for 6 months, he still thinks he's going to score 34 goals. So you're going to have to come to Matt on this one. We defer to Ramirez. Go on, Matt.
Do we need to get a Bobby cam? Nah, not Bobby. He stays. I think. You know what? You lot of cowards. I'll give one to sell. I'd sell Mane.
You'd sell Mane.
Yeah, I think my affinity for Firmino is well known.
What have you done? What have you done here? Ben Priest are just fucking throwing in a bomb. Matt pissed off, calling us soft. That's a good idea, though. We'll enjoy a keep, sell, loan podcast. Let's fucking definitely do that. We like that. Ben will come back with a reply in a minute to you. Collybags, Diogo Jota's 47 touches, 5 in the box, 20. Fucking hell, Col. What have you done there? Swallowed the fucking Opta index there. Jesus Christ. Fucking open target. 10 goal for the club in 21st appearance. Salah took 16 appearances. Mane 24 and Firmino 42 scored first 10 goals. That's a fucking. I tell you what, Carl. I'd stand up if I could be asked, but that was really good. Yeah. I like that. But it's a really good point, isn't it, Mick? The fact that Diogo Jota has that much of an impact so well. I mean, that would have been a lot earlier if it wasn't for his injury.
Of course, the run that he was on before that injury was terrific, and it's just like that goal tonight. I thought it went out for a corner. That's how mad it was.
So did I.
That the shot coupled with Martin Tyler just being the boring bastard that he is. Oh, Liverpool have scored. It's like, have we scored though? And then I saw Hotter running over to Man. I was like, oh, we have scored. Fucking hell. But he's like to quote a Harry Redknapp quote. He's a breath of fresh air. He's absolutely fucking. I'm trying to plug Adam Farley here, boys. I'm trying to get him back on the pod. He's boss. He's direct. He runs with the ball. Oh, Matt loves it. He's direct. He runs with the ball. He makes runs the other three don't, and he takes shots on from angles that they don't. And sometimes if you hit it hard and low, Thierry Henry said in the studio, you hit it hard and low, you've got a chance of it going in, and he takes those chances, I think, where it's the odds are probably against you, and it goes in. So it's credit to him. It's credit to the work that he does. What's going on here?
He's I don't know.
You've killed him, Mick.
You killed him. Anybody want to jump in for Matt? Just click the link. Cole's put in, we're not selling anyone. So who we're buying? Name 3 potentials excluding Mbappe and Haaland. Cole, I'm going to put it back to you, mate. I want you to chuck 3 names in the comments. So if anybody can chuck 3 names in the comments instead of Mbappe and Haaland, because let's face it, they'd be hard to get, won't they, at the minute? But I can't believe you've even typed wet for fresh air as well. The fuck is that? Jesus Christ. Rafa Spell said when Bobby plays very well, so do the Redmen, which is a very, very good point. Next game is 4th of April, a nice little break for lads. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the 4th of April for our next game. And that's my son's 3rd birthday as well. So yeah, looking forward to that day. Cole obviously says the number 9. We've had this discussion before, haven't we, Mick, about Torres and stuff like that, and how it's like Jota is reminding them finish-wise of Torres and Fowler and stuff like that. But it would be nice to bring in a number 9, you know. And we had this conversation with Marcus, didn't we, on the previous show about changing the formation, didn't we?
Oh, fucking hell, I'd love it. I would love a Haaland or an Mbappe, but I don't know if we're living in dream world. But if you just think of having the likes of Jota and Mane and Salah and Firmino and a number 9, and you can choose between them and you can just rotate them. Fucking hell, it could be really filthy. I was going to say breath of fresh air, then just for the laugh.
Cole's just, you know, he's just touched a nerve for me there. That's not a nerve he's touching. He's touching a nice nerve there, because Cole knows how much I love Danny Ings, and I was just absolutely devastated to see him leave. So yeah, I think getting rid of Danny Ings was a mistake for us, but you know, we live on there. But you never know. You never know what could happen. I could see Danny Ings coming back. That beautiful bastard that he is could come back. But it could be a good shout, because I think, like we said with Marcus the other day, didn't we, mate? It was like there's so many names out there that Klopp could unearth as it not being sort of like, Tim, I'll throw this on you while these two are fucking giggling, because I'm not getting anything out of these two at the minute. Tim, we you know, there's lots of potential to talk about selling one of the front 3. Isn't there really? So what are you two gasping on about now? What are you fucking giggling at?
I'm honestly laughing at Matt because it's hilarious.
I'm sorry about that, Tim. We're just gonna knock these pricks out for a minute. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna leave them to it for a minute. We'll just get rid. Yeah. I tell you what, it's a good job we don't fucking pay. People don't pay for this content, do they? So Tim, I'm coming back to you with this. So Tom was putting, it's realistic if you sell Salah to PSG and Mbappe the other way. Now that's not. I don't think Tom was saying that Salah is somebody he wants to sell. But Tim, how do you see the striker situation going in the summer? First of all, do Liverpool need another striker? And 2, who do we go for? What's your option, if any?
It's hard to say that you would get rid of any of these front 3 currently, just because they've proven at every level that they are capable of winning a Premier League, capable of getting to a Champions League, getting to a Champions League final, winning a Champions League final. You know, beating all the best teams in the world. You know, we beat Bayern Munich. You know, we've beat Barcelona. We beat all these teams. It's hard to say, oh well, let's replace the front 3 that we know have had success against all these teams. And although they've had a down year, or at least for Mane and Firmino, what's been a down year, it's hard to just all of a sudden turn around and go, right, well, it doesn't work anymore. I'd like to see them kind of, you know, again, I don't think we replace a striker this season. I think we probably bring in another backup. I think we'd probably, if in my opinion, get rid of Origi and Shaq and pull in another backup. I would like to see someone the likes of, and I've mentioned this to you guys before, someone like Ollie Watkins, who brings something completely different to the side, you know, a big physical centre forward who's a bit more of a proper number 9 who you're not going to have to break the bank for, and is another English man for the squad, so you're not overdoing your quota of foreign players. Yeah. Especially because, you know, you never know if Milner's going to retire, or if we're going to sell Ox, or so we might need to bring in an Englishman. And for me, Ollie Watkins is a budget version of Haaland and Mbappe, who's, you know, obviously not of their quality, but at the same time is someone who would, I think, be happy to sit on the bench for Liverpool. play big games, challenge for a Premier League title, play Champions League football within a year, or maybe even next year, depending on how the rest of the season goes, and genuinely offer a goal threat. And for me, that's probably the way to go. Again, we had discussion on the last pod, and we talked about how I would probably. I think Liverpool probably benefit more from strengthening the squad as to thinning it out and then bringing in one more big name. I think that we have enough quality in the starting 11 to win a Premier League and to win a Champions League, regardless of adding another big name to it. So I think it's more important for this side to start, if we're going to start kind of pushing the success, through and through and being more consistent to strengthen the squad rather than adding a big name like Haaland and Mbappe. Don't get me wrong, if you can and you don't have to get rid of any of the front three, you do it because they're all world talents and who wouldn't want to have them on their team. But for me, it's again, the one I think more in demand than a centre forward or getting rid of the front three. I think we need a backup for Fabinho, because if we're going to play like that every time he's injured and we don't have a defensive midfield to fill in that gap, then we're going to have problems. Because if he's the next guy to get hit with the injury bug, then we're going to have issues. So I think that it's more important to bring in and strengthen other areas of the side. I think that we will still be fairly efficient going forward, regardless of who we bring in or who we get rid of this summer.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point, mate. And like I said, there's loads we can talk about on that, and it'll get even more juicier as the transfer window looms. And obviously, depending on how we perform in the league for the rest of the season, and it remains to be seen whether we end up in Istanbul winning number 7. That will lay claim to whoever we go and buy, and looking at our options as well. There'll be lots of factors in that as well. But obviously, Matt, I just want to come to you before we finish, and Mick. But I want to just chat first about the international break. Obviously, now we've got what we set out to achieve before this break finished, where we got through in the Champions League. We can pay attention to the draw on Friday, and then it is Friday, isn't it, Mick?
Yeah. Friday.
Yeah. Right. So, Matt, I think this is just a good time for Klopp, the team, just to get a well-earned rest, switch off, forget about that section of the season now, and just come back stronger and just think, right, final part of the season now, let's just kick on and fucking smash it.
Yeah, can't really say more than what you've just said there. They get time to regroup. Winning ugly today will do them lots of favours, because I think we played very well against Leipzig and then we didn't play very well today. So it's 2 contrasting victories, which will do good for the confidence of the lads, that they know they don't have to play well to win, which is something that we did during the title win as well. So yeah, they can regroup. If you've seen the training videos, they still look like a good unit. I don't think that was ever in doubt, but like I said, I keep saying, time to regroup, time to look over the losses, improve, just get the chemistry going again, get the injured players back up to speed, get some more training under Naby's belt, under James's belt. James, as I know him, Milner. Get Jota in, get Bobby back as well, because he's not the worst one out of the front three, despite some comments in the section.
Get him, Ben, get him.
And then I look forward to seeing a front four when we get back.
Well, that's a really good point you've just made there, Matt. And Mick, what we'll do, we'll just finish on Tomo's question, because he just said, what a question to finish on. And if I ignore him, he'll just text me and give me a kick up the arse. Mick, you could do this one. When they're all fit, who drops out for Jota? Or does he keep his place in the side?
I think the easy answer is Bobby, isn't it? Really?
Don't do it.
But it is. It is, though, isn't it?
Sorry, mate. Whatever he's saying is not important, and I muted him.
Yeah, it depends, because if we're playing against a low block side, then you think Jota will be better because he's more direct, and I think against the teams who are more expansive, Bobby might be better because there's more space for him. And I think that's why Bobby's had a bit of trouble recently against these lower block sides who aren't. Yeah, there we go. Marcus agrees with me. Matt is going to leave the cop out and go and fucking live in a cave. If he's carry
on. Respect. Come on. Are they really comparing daring him to ring Gog.
No, he's fucking joking.
He's not. Come on, Ben. Come back with something else. This is
Ben,
fun.
you've got to be joking. No, seriously though, the easy answer is Bobby. You want to see, everyone wants to see Hotter, Mane, and Salah as a front three. That I think that's. Would everyone agree with that? If you're playing full strength, you want those three.
I play devil's advocate on this podcast. I don't have to answer shit.
Come on, Tim. What would you?
I think full strength is Thiago and Fabi in a pivot, and then you put Bobby in the 10.
So you drop Hendo outside.
Hendo's injured.
Oh wow!
Oh,
wow. I thought you meant full strength.
No, full strength.
Full squad. Yeah, full squad.
I can't think of hypotheticals. I work on facts.
I'm hiding behind this book because I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, Chris agrees with me. Yeah, there we go. Ben, I am joking. You shouldn't be starting for us when we have Hotter, though. It depends if he wants to be on the bench. I think it's options, though, isn't it? It's options. It's what we keep saying. It's options. Like, when we've got a fully fit squad, we're going to be full pelt. We need, like Marcus has just said there, we need competition for places. Like you said on the last pod, options and positions, different systems with different games. Fucking hell, what's going on here? Everyone has a role to play. It's that. We need players on the bench who are going to come in and not be a drop-off. That's what we've complained about this year. I mean, last year we didn't because we didn't have any injuries, but this year we've seen it. We've had to deal with the injuries. We've had to deal with the replacements, and the replacements aren't up to the standard of the starting 11. So if we've got that, the more the merrier. Fucking bring them all in. Bring Mbappe and Haaland. Bring the fucking Dax and Pat of them all. We just need quality on the bench, and that's it. Like, I don't think it's a case of who he replaces. I think it's he replaces him for this game, but he knows he's still going to play at least fucking 30 games that season or whatever. He's still going to play a shitload of games. It just depends on who we're playing and who fits the bill. But Firmino is shit, like, so Matt. That's his name, isn't it?
It's
No, it's Diogo Dota as well.
Fucking hell.
Blame this.
Yeah, here we go. This works for everybody, doesn't it? Different teams and different formations. That works, doesn't it? That's the easiest answer. Instead of all the bullshit and all the fucking pulling people's hair, and they can't pull mine. But look at you all sniping each other. That's what you do. Different teams and formations, different teams. Exactly. Yeah, I honestly, that was, again, I'm in a fucking great mood after that. So let's leave it there, boys and girls, because I don't want Matt with his his head might fucking blow if we have any more Firmino chat, and it needs to go and bash one off over Thiago, and Nat Phillips needs to fucking sort his head bandage out and rest his man of the match trophy on himself. So there you go, and I'm just going to go to sleep. So there we go. So listen, fucking again, another amazing fucking show there, boys and girls. Fantastic comments were brilliant. I don't know what a pivot is. Watch Friends, because that's always in there. But yeah. So,
that's a really good way to explain it, to be fair.
I'm trying to fucking sign us off here and you all being pricks. So there we go. We'll still be doing some stuff. We'll do a reaction to the Champions League draw. We're going to try and do a live one. So if anybody's working from home or anything like that, come and join us for the draw. We're not going to do a full fucking watch along from it. We'll probably do the last fucking 10 minutes where they do the fucking bits and pieces. So yes, we won't be doing that. And then we've got some cool shows lined up over the international period. Thanks for joining us again. Liverpool have won. What the fucking hell is Nat Phillips laughing at?
Ben is fucking killing Matt right now.
Oh my! This is going to be a recurring theme now, right? It's the pivot and it's the Origi and Firmino thing. Really appreciate it. Big shout out to Yuki, who is in the county. There's my boy. And we'll sign off with that, because if I crack on with this lot, honestly, we've got to fucking go. It's fucking school night. Right. See you later, boys and girls. Up the Reds.